I will be going over the 2019 part at the end. We're gonna start with 2024 because that is the now right now. This is a pocket moleskin. As you can see, I bought it quite a while ago. I thought it was time to finally complete it. I don't like leaving half-finished sketchbooks. Here we go, August. So August was when I finally completed the other sketchbook. With the last sketchbook, I really got into tombos. Tombos look like this. And I think it's really interesting. They're very pigmented. I think it worked for this. Like, I felt like it described how hot this August we had was. I kept cutting this out from this calendar that I have, that I just pull out the pages. Sunflowers grow in August, so I thought it was a good representation. And yeah, it was kind of hot when I did this. Not the worst. Gouache. I just wanted to paint a scene. Yeah, usually when I get into the middle pages, I'm like, let's see if I can try to do a spread. It doesn't always happen. You can see that when I pulled the tape off, it kind of did that. Oh well. On this one, this is very, yeah, similar to this one. I just wanted to keep the vibe up, 1st of August. And I kind of want to make this into a digital drawing, but now that it's like winter, almost winter, it doesn't really make sense, but I will come back to this. I really like big clouds. It's kind of similar to a piece I did before. Okay, over here, these are 2 Tombow studies as well. This one is a little bit too pigmented for my taste. I like that I got the general shape, but I feel like it's too bright. This one was okay-ish. I actually like how dark and then bright it is. But it was interesting to see what I could have done with these Tombow markers. I did this with highlighters, with the exception of this. This was with a gray wash. Yeah, once again, the pink, it did not show up in my scanner, so it's just like blue. Oh, this was based on birthday hike, so that was fun. I haven't done a lot of hiking this year as much as I would have liked. Waterfall, standing on the rocks. It was kind of sketchy getting up here, but it was worth it. And this is my opossum Sona if you're new, so you might see them pop up quite a bit. This is for a live stream. Yeah, it was really fun. Everybody requested different things. The desert rain frog, I think, was the first one. What funny little guys. What are these called? They're like sea slugs? I think this is a pigeon, if I remember correctly. And then the goose was just my idea. We got a butterfly, and oh, I forget what this one's called. I'll put it up there. But yeah, a lot of cool species that I probably wouldn't have known of otherwise, or I probably wouldn't have drawn otherwise. Continued on. Finally drew an Australian possum, little guy. Tiny, tiny fox. Some acorns. I think this was September, so I was trying to get a little bit more, I don't know, autumn vibes. Venus flytrap, right. I don't think I've ever drawn a Venus flytrap, and then I just drew the possum, and then we have wisteria, I think? Yeah. 2024. Oh, okay, so this would have been August still? Okay, yeah, I guess this was September now. All right. This was a little washi tape that I had from a gift, and I was just like, oh, let's just reuse it, put it in there. Good old mushroom. Mushroom season is starting. Got a leaf from outside. And yeah, this was the calendar colors, so I just decided to go with it. Ooh, yeah, gosh, there's a lot of smoke and ash. September 5th. Very yellow. It kind of sucks. Oh gosh, I guess like, yeah, depression kind of started. Some emotions. I tried to draw something in this black paper. I didn't like what was down here, so I just kept this top part. Little cats. I guess officially now it was autumn, so I just wanted to do something to pay tribute to autumn. I don't think it's my best piece, but I was like, it's a sketchbook. It gets the vibe across. I think at this point I was kind of struggling a bit with the sketchbook. You know, depression kind of does that. But yeah, did a little bit like limited color palettes, try to do some O's studies. Actually pretty happy with how these came out. Oh, grapes. Spicy again. Just chilling in front of the grapes. Grape season. I really like the colors in this one. I normally don't use these colors, but I don't know. I felt like they were very autumny. I just looked up a reference, like New England autumn, and this is what I got. I thought it was cool with the water. Oh, and this is gouache. I guess this is, yeah, this is all gouache. The lines here are colored pencil. And then here we are, October. I made this cat in Posca. And I think this is Posca as well. The only thing that's not Posca is this purple back here, which is Tombow marker. I saw these in our neighborhood and I was like, oh, these are really pretty flowers. So I took a picture of them. Good autumn flowers. Struggling with fatigue. Oh yeah, no, it's getting like, it's like my mood was, yeah, slowly going. I guess it's not my mood, but also just like general health issues. Limited color palette. I really draw crows. I think crows are so cool. I always forget to draw them though. So there's my one crow, I think. Oh, I did this one on live stream as well. It's just this cat character that I don't draw enough. And then this was also on stream. This is Posca. We did a little poll. We're like, deer, fox, or possum? Fox won. And then I drew my Foxona over here. I don't know, I really struggled with the marker colors of my persona, so still trying to figure that one out. But I'm happy with how this guy turned out. And then I started doing a moth, and I think I did this, and then I finished this off stream. Just good old, I always forget, birch or aspen. It's one of those, but I think it's aspen, because I think aspens are the ones that grow in clusters, maybe? I think so. Oh, my snake plant is doing much better now. I had to repot it, and yeah, it actually, I'll show a picture of it before and after. I am much happier with how it's turning out. More like October skies. Oh yeah, the moon has been so bright, so I definitely wanted to capture some of that. Yeah, leaves. Oh, and then an actual leaf that I taped in. And then I drew these little guys. Because the next page was Copic marker, I did this before. I grabbed some toned paper, cut it to size, and then just pasted it in. And then this was just with warm gray Copics, and then some white Posca pens. And I think this is my favorite page. I haven't drawn with Copics in a while. This is actually out of order, so I did this before I did this. And I had a lot of fun working on it. It was just putting down flat layers and then using colored pencil to do the outlines. I guess this is not a flat layer. This one's all flat. This one less so. But I mean, like, I like how juicy, I don't know for lack of a better term, how that red turned out. A lot of people say that my art looks like Night in the Woods, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna draw my persona as Night in the Woods character. And there we go. This was based on a photo I took of a tree. I just thought it was a cool shape. And oh my gosh, are we already done? No, we're not done. We still have more. But this is the last page. Halloween time. I thought it would be cute to do a shark. There were more pages I did after. There was this page. So this I actually drew in 2022. This was a little doodle while I was waiting at my table at BLFC, Biggest Little Fur Con. And then there was two more hyena faces right here, but I wasn't like really vibing with them, so I was like, I want to try to practice more buildings. I really like these, like, I guess it's like Victorian style houses. So I wanted to practice one of those. So this is all Posca pen. It took a while. It took a couple of layers to get it right. To actually like somewhat cover it. You can still kind of see it peeking through in the back. Some wonky ears, but I think it works. And where'd it go? Oh, and then there was this page. Whoop. And this I actually covered in gesso way before. So I was like, what am I going to draw here? It has to be either gouache or Posca. I've never put Posca over gesso, but it actually did a really good job. Like, it's very smooth, with the exception of the white, because the white I colored in the possum all gray, and then I was like, oh wait, no, I did want it to have some marking, so I went back with the white. No, it handled it really well. So like, let me see if I can get it. So this area is quite smooth, and then like in comparison to, you can see, yeah, how scratchy that is in comparison, I think. I don't know if you can actually see that. See a little bit of pencil lines in the background that I forgot to erase. Maybe, yeah, using gesso and then Posca. It will take longer because you have to wait for the gesso to dry, like for a couple hours. Going back in time. Look at that difference. Hello, 2019. So I guess I've been drawing possums for, wait, what is that math? 5 years? I don't even know if I had my Sona back then. I just drew a lot of possums. And this one I actually drew while backpacking, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do all this plain air stuff and it'll be great, and I didn't really. But I'm quite happy with how this one turned out. And then we go over here and I was like, it'll look as good, and then it didn't. So I was started to have a little bit of self-doubt here, but yeah, admittedly, this was what, 4 years ago? And then October 16, 2020, just did some really quick doodles. Also, technically plein air, did it with one of the rainbow color pencils. And then, so I guess this was the first time I tried to do a gouache landscape here. It definitely needed some work, but it is good practice. This was a study, this is a Jock Cooper study. I just wanted to understand a little bit more or less how they were able to paint on Moleskine. What I learned is that I need to be more confident and have much thicker paint as well, because you can see it's like kind of watery here. I had like a beginner set of color pencils. Some of the colors are really good, like this green, but the browns were not great. They felt very streaky. But I tried. This was another plein air, and just a bunch of big trees. This was just a brush pen, some gray, I think a gray Tombow, and then some like, I think there was like a fine liner or something. I don't think there was an underlying sketch, so I think I just freehanded it. Pretty happy with how that turned out. Struggling again. This was plein air again. I really did not understand how colored pencil worked, but I did this really quick because we were waiting for somebody. This was Bandito, my partner, who doodled this at the same time. And then this was that same day. We had to wait again, so I was like, oh, let's sketch the scene here. I definitely like how this one turned out, especially in comparison to this one. But I think ever since then, I stopped using colored pencil, other than for outlines. But I'm back. I'm liking it. I guess this was another plein air, and I just kind of forgot. I think the pen that I was using just like, it was very heavy, and so it was really hard to not smear while drawing. I'm left-handed, so I just left it alone. Didn't really feel like coming back to it. And then this was a little Posca one. Wow, 2021. Jeez. Yeah, Patreon already saw all this. This was already available, but y'all get to see it now. I definitely want to make a scene similar to this one. And then we're back to this. Oh, and then here was another thing. So I guess I draw when I wait, because I was waiting for the bus, or I think I was waiting at a cafe for time to go by. And so I drew that. It's a study. It's not beautiful. And then, oh, we're back to BLFC as well, because this was, yeah, these were the same time. I tried to draw kangaroos. They're such funny creatures. Muscly bunny marsupials. Cousins of the opossum. And there we go. That is it. Yeah, 2019 to 2024. Only took me 5 years to complete this, but hey, better done than never. For my next sketchbook, I'm conflicted. Drawing small is nice, but sometimes I found myself getting like a little bit frustrated with it as well. I am unsure. I still have 2 more sketchbooks that have not been finished, so I might do those instead. I have a big watercolor one, and I have a big Moleskine. I also have the sketchbook that I made years ago. It's a kind of like a multimedia, so it has some black paper, has some just cheaper drawing paper, and then has some Arches watercolor paper. Maybe, yeah, I'm like, maybe I should just finish this. I think it's about total, like, pages, I think it's 30. I could probably finish this pretty quickly. The last time I did a DIY sketchbook, I finished it in like 2 to 3 months, I think. So we'll see. If you like to travel, I recommend the Pocket Moleskine, especially if you like to use mediums such as gouache. Not so good with watercolor. It looks really nice with Copic, but it will bleed over on the other page. Thank you so much for watching. And if you joined the art streams, thank you so much. That was fun to chat, and thank you for the suggestions as well. I am excited to start a new sketchbook. We'll see what happens. Each month I upload photos of the sketchbook as I go on Patreon. So if that is of interest to you, that is available as well. Thank you so much if you made it this far. Have a good one, and maybe see you in a future sketchbook video or something like that. Bye!